The U.S. Army must train to win in a complex world. And that demands adaptive leaders and organizations that can thrive in ambiguity and chaos. To meet this need, Force 2025 and beyond requires a new training environment that is flexible, supports repetition, reduces overhead, and available at the point of need. The answer is the Synthetic Training Environment, or STE. The STE will provide immersive and intuitive capabilities that keep pace with a changing operational environment, giving commanders the ability to overcome today's limitations and take on the challenges of tomorrow. Advancements in virtual reality, big data analysis, artificial intelligence, and terrain representation will make this possible.
With the STE, commanders will conduct tough, realistic training at home stations, the combat training centers, and at deployed locations. The STE will increase readiness through repetition of multi-echelon, multi-domain, combined arms maneuver, and mission command training. And most importantly, the STE will train soldiers for where they will fight.
The current simulations within the integrated training environment do not provide the realism, interoperability, affordability, and availability necessary to meet the breadth of training required for tomorrow's Army. The STE, however, will converge live, virtual, and constructive simulations into a single cohesive training capability.
The U.S. Army must dominate the fight in complex operating environments and win against any adversary in any domain. To achieve this, the Army must modernize its way of training. Now, more than ever, the Army needs highly trained leaders and soldiers who can operate independently and thrive in chaos and confusion. The synthetic training environment will deliver that training at the point of need and provide commanders a powerful tool we've never had before. STE will immerse soldiers and units into future operational environments that replicate the actual terrain they will operate on before leaving home station. Our soldiers will become virtual veterans of 25 bloodless battles before the first round is ever fired in combat. Short of live, combined arms collective training, STE will be the most powerful training capability the U.S. Army has ever had.
One World terrain prototypes are already pushing the boundaries of terrain representation to provide warfighters realistic training in complex environments like megacities and dense urban terrains, which are a growing operational concern. For areas with insufficient or outdated geospatial data, inexpensive terrain capture and reconstruction methods will allow individual units to rapidly collect and update terrain to support their training events as needed. In the synthetic environment itself, the STE will combine live training participants with computer-generated forces and units training remotely via collective trainers. This will allow commanders to train beyond the constrictions of local training areas. Augmented reality systems will allow soldiers to have real-time interactions with avatars representing the remote units and computer-generated forces. Though physically miles away, the remote participants will be able to fully interact with the LTA units and computer-generated forces from their simulation area. This seamless coordination between live and virtual leaders and the representation of physical elements outside the LTA enables simultaneous training in multiple domains, enhances realism, and provides the feel of a larger-scale operation. The STE will fundamentally change the way the Army delivers training capabilities by enhancing realistic training and preparing warfighters for multi-domain operations.
The STE will give us a powerful tool to fully realize objective training levels of proficiency. It will prepare soldiers for tomorrow's missions and develop leaders to thrive in ambiguity and chaos. The STE is the Army's future.
The synthetic training environment, revolutionizing training to build readiness.